Okay, so today this is my review on the Firewire Twice Baked by Dan Man. This board has been an absolute blast. It's so good. You know how much I love the baked potato. This board for me has been just such a great board, and till I got this I thought it was the perfect package. I got an email from my unboxing video to say this board is this board but without any drawbacks, and as much as I love the baked potato, it did have a few, whereas this board, for me it has none, absolutely none. I've never liked a square tail surfboard, but this, I have to admit, is phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. So I've been running the H4s in this board, the size large, which is FCS's latest fins, which as you can see is the quite unusual outline for what we're used to in fins. I started out on the FCS Julian Wilson Aircore fin, which was brilliant. I loved it. Nothing wrong with that at all. It went great in the board. The board had great acceleration, everything else. But I got suckered into FCS's PR campaign with these fins, and I bought them. They're expensive, but in this board, I haven't surfed them in any other board. I haven't surfed any other board, because since I got on this, I just can't get off it. It is phenomenal. I can't tell you how good this board is. I've had it in way overhead waves, right down to knee size, grovelly, chopped up waves. And on that small day, okay, it wasn't as great or as good as, say, the sweet potato can go, but that is like just pure junk board. Where this board, it does, you know, it's, for me, it's a high performance board, but it still does grovel. Even on that day, I still got a wave where I felt like I was just floating on the wave, and I could actually make a turn on a wave that wasn't giving me anything at all. I still managed to get a couple of turns in, which on the, say, the baked potato, I would have struggled to initiate any kind of turn at all. But on this one, it was like a 2 foot choppy, lumpy beach break, literally dumping on the sand. And I got a top turn and a bottom turn, which I could never achieve on any other boards of the road, but this one, it achieved it. It's so good. It's got a slightly more pulled in nose than the baked potato. It does have a slight hip around this area, which helps it release off the tail. TimberTech technology has come a long way since my last one. Even though it's slightly heavier than the helium, it's still quite light compared to the older TimberTechs that I surfed. I'm going to dive into its contours, and I'm going to compare its rocker and overall layout compared to the baked potato, because I think that'll be interesting, because we did that with the sweet potato versus the baked potato. Okay, so as you can see, baked potato on the bottom, twice baked on top. I've literally done this as an exercise. So this is being compared now to the board I pretty much was my go-to, which now I have to say is this, because it is so phenomenal. And so we're looking at the tail here, and as I'm looking down, as you would imagine, this is a diamond tail, this is a square, so the points out here are coming out further than on the baked, but there's a very obvious curvature of line coming in here, and it's roughly taking a couple of inches either side, so a total of like 4 inches off your tail, off your baked potato. So if I come to the nose now, which I'm quite surprised about, and I thought this had a narrower nose, in actual fact, to me, they look pretty identical. I don't think there's much in the nose width myself looking out there, but definitely in the tail, where, let's face it, that's the business end, and that would make sense why this takes off and feels very similar to the baked potato in its nice glide and timing of your takeoff. But the difference being, as you can tell, there is definitely a flip in the nose from around this area up. There's way more of a flip out in the nose, and that means you're not going to purl, you're not going to catch, and you can push this board into the steeper, hollower part of the wave without fear of purling or nose ditching it into the face. And of course, with this nice pulled in square tail, which is a high performance tail, there is a lot more, or sorry, a lot less volume to get in the way of initiating that turn, because you haven't got all that volume in the way. So yeah, quite surprised at that. It's the first time I've put these on top of each other, and it's a nice surprise because I do still love the baked potato. I still think it's a cracking great board, but it's just made me love this board even more, which I didn't think was possible, because it is such a good board. It's brilliant. Hill here is definitely, I would say, thinner, and this edge is far more aggressive and runs higher up the board than the baked potato does. On the baked potato, it really doesn't feel like it's getting very sharp or anything, really, hardly at all. I'd say maybe just about here, so about, you know, about 5-6 inches, you know. But with this, it literally, you know, it's around, even there, you can feel that rail get sharp and pulled in, and that's roughly about where this hip is. So it's definitely more towards the high performance side to me. Will it grovel? Yes, 100% it'll grovel. Will it go good in good waves? Yeah. Is it a good all-rounder? Yeah. Is it a quiver killer? You know my feelings on quiver killers, don't really believe in them. But as a board that you know you're going to have fun on, you know you can turn, you know you're going to get good rides, and you know it's going to put a huge smile on your face, this board is the one, 100%. You know, I mean, even Firewire, if you go on their website now, the baked potato is all but discontinued, and I can see why, because this is going to take over. There's a new king in town, and this board is it. It's just, all I can say about this board, it is so good, so good. I'm absolutely blown away by it. The rails are nicely, I wouldn't call them pinched rails, they've got a nice kind of smooth, just nice drop away here, and as you just get to, I'd say around here, you can start to feel that rail get very sharp towards the rear. You can literally just feel it from around this area. This is where a lot of the magic starts to happen, the contours start to kick in, the tail thins out nicely. It's got quite nice thinned out tail. See if we can just show you that there. If you can see that, it's just, and hopefully you can see the hip as I'm holding it this way round. And it's hard to say anything, but this board is so good. Literally, you just feel so connected with it the whole time on the wave. The wave catches you, and you just have this nice, just a beautiful transition into the wave face. And you can slow this board down and accelerate it exactly, like pinpoint where you want it to start and stop, and it'll just be there for you when you need it to be. As usual, I've gone for a larger size. This is the 6'1", this is 6'1", and so it's bottom contour time. So in the nose, nothing much going on, but I can see like V and double starting this early up in the nose, and you can really tell the rocker from here. So we've got a double concave, still got that double concave going on, getting into single inside the double. So we're coming through that double, getting more aggressive now as we come into the fins. You can see the concave, because it's not connecting with the board here, but you can see the channels here. So it's a double inside a single concave, really deep now, but we're getting the V coming up on the single fin here, which makes sense. And here we go. So literally where your fin finishes, we're getting the V. So as we're coming out, we've still got double concave, but we've got V in double concave. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my review on the Twice Baked. If you like this video, please press like. And if you'd like to subscribe, it really helps and try to build the channel's profile and hopefully get to a point where I can be uploading hopefully reviews monthly. So if you do that for me, that'd be great, and I'd really appreciate the support. But to be fair, the support I've had so far has been really good. Really appreciate all the likes and nice comments you guys have given me. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you again with a new review. Thank you. Bye.